Welcome back, guys, to my channel. Welcome back, welcome back. Before Tyra Banks, Kim Lee, Simone, and Naomi Campbell, there was Grace Jones. Have you heard of her? Grace Jones was born in the 40s, late 1940s, and she treaded carefully because of her grandparents being pastors, as well as her parents. Black women have been standing on business for a long time. And I watched a documentary on Grace Jones, and this is a woman who, grew up in a household of pastors and evangelists and all of those, powerful spiritual amazement. That's what I call it. Before you know what's happening, Gracie had to find a way to listen to music that wasn't gospel music. Back then, they had country, they had blues, they had reggae. All those music genre just started coming out before Bob Marley made it a thing, a huge thing. So Gracie Jones became a model at some point in the 1980s, early 80s. But before then, she started her music career in the late 70s, 1977 to 19, I think 85. She was, waving around. And one thing I know for a fact is that people like Gracie Jones inspired Naomi Campbell, I'm sure. There are other models over there that inspired other people like Tyra Banks, you know, Kim Lee Simone, who came later in the 90s. But these people, even the models that came before Gracie Jones in the 70s, they were models in the 60s that came. These people did what they wanted to do with their lives, with their journey. And remember, someone like Gracie Jones, I'm talking about her because I remember watching her as a child in the James Bond movie of 1990s and down to the 2000s. She did crazy things. Gracie was not your ordinary black woman. And the fact that she was so dark and beautiful was what I loved about her. She made sure that she showed herself and that she did what she was supposed to do. Despite the controversies that she had going to perform at the British Palace back in 2012/2013, people were saying, oh, her outfit was not so good because it was showing her legs and all of that. And I think there was a teeny bitty, boob sleep. Yeah, she was showing, her tatas. So they were like, no, they don't like that. She was this kind of woman that was very, very raw with whatever she wanted to do. Being a woman from the late 40s, being born and told you can't do music the way you want to, you have to do it only the gospel music, only this, only that, she was constrained for a long time. So one thing I want to say about pastors' children that I've noticed, if you constrain them or you make them feel like they can't be human because their parents are pastors, then you failed it because these are people that could end up being different from their parents and they were destined to do something else with their lives. So, for all the pastors who have children who are creatives, allow them to be creative under your roof. Don't let them run away before you know that they're creative. Allow them to do what they are called to do on the earth. Moving on to why black women are standing on business. Black women have been told, especially the dark skinned sisters, they're too dark to perform, they're too dark to be beautiful, energetic. What do I mean by standing on business? I'm talking about being who you are in your space and not caring what they say. Do you understand? So I've seen women build things from the 60s. I've been watching a lot of documentaries, and this inspired me to say that black women are tired of your lies. They don't want to hear that you feel that they should be different. You understand? And we have women who have been of standard, who have been raising the bar over time, even before I was born. And I love them and I appreciate them. That's why I had to do something about Grace Jones. Jones was this kind of woman that even when she was given a record deal and being interviewed and all of that, if you weren't looking at her and speaking to her, she will call you out and be like, why are you turning your face away from me? You should be speaking directly to me. You should be looking at me when you're talking. People didn't like how, according to them, bold and aggressive she was. She was dangerous, according to them. But to me, she was being her true self. This is someone who has been confined to doing just one thing all her life. Meanwhile, she's explosive. She has the energy. Even till today, Grace Jones is still as beautiful and powerful as she's always been. I love her. I think she's amazing, despite the controversies. Now, switching to Tyra Banks, because I want to speak on all of them. So, Tyra Banks is someone that I grew up watching as well. She wasn't given a chance in the beginning, but she found her way. Okay. One good thing I liked about Tyra Banks, she was honest about where she was coming from and all the things she needed to do with her life in the late 90s and the early 2000s. Now, my problem with Tyra was the fact that, according to the model standard, you needed to be a certain weight and height. So if some girl, there was a show she was doing, if some girl wasn't up to the standard, or if a girl wasn't comfortable with showing all her body parts, she would, say certain things that I did not like. So Tara had a lot of things going on. She had some toxic traits, but now she can see, Tyra has put on weight. Women's body changes. So it's important that you remember that you can change at any time. But with exercise, dieting, and all the good things, do you understand? You can still look good. However, your body changes. Your body changes because of the hormones and your environment and childbearing, and at the end you also have menopause. These things affect all types of women, be you black, white, Asian, Puerto Rican, wherever you're from. It affects all of us. But one thing I like about Asians, now moving to um, Kim Lee Simone, one thing I like about her having her Asian side is that it kind of controls her genetics when it comes to putting on weight, right? So that's one thing I love about Asians, the fact that they can eat different things in little quantity, and they are full for the whole day. So that's one thing we can learn from them. They eat in little quantities and they're full for the whole day. Instead of downloading everything once, they space out their eating habits. I think that's one good thing that Asians have adopted that makes them not gain unnecessary weight. Unless you're a sumo wrestler, those are the people I see that, put on weight because of their job. I had a conversation with a young man who is a creative. He's a photographer. And he said to me, I would love to marry a South Korean. He's from my country. And I said to him, if you can move around the dynamics of your cultural differences, I don't see the need not to. Speaking on this, if our African sisters are not being valued by some of our black men, my advice is find you a man who values you. If your person, like Auntie Fumi, my best YouTuber when it comes to explaining these things, she would always say that people she dated were like saying she's too dark. She was also a model, the first West African model across Nigeria and Ghana, Sierra Leone, and all these beautiful places, Liberia, to win an American award for modeling. Yes, Auntie Fumi de Salovode, that's her name. So she said something. She said people would say, oh, that she was too dark for them. And it made her feel insecure for a long time. So what she did was open her heart to meeting different people from different cultural backgrounds and races. And now she's married to a Norwegian man who loves her. So my advice to my sisters, to my beautiful sisters, is if those African men in your neighborhood don't value you, you have to go elsewhere, change your environment. I strongly believe in marrying outside your race. I don't think it's a huge problem, except the family you're marrying into does not value you. Then you have to find your way around it. Just like some men, when they go to marry from Asia or India, they have to find a way around the girl's family. The dynamics moving forward in 2025 is to stop making people feel less because they're dark skinned and to embrace the different ethnic groups that we have in the world. Do you understand? Now, if you are not comfortable with marrying outside your race, do you, boo? But if you feel that you know who you are and you feel you can manage the dynamics of different cultural backgrounds, then do it. Marry outside your race. Do you understand? Don't make yourself small just because people in your vicinity, your village, said they don't usually do this. Please, I'm begging you, Just leave dark skinned women alone. If you're not comfortable with them, someone else will love them and appreciate them. I love my dark skinned sisters. I love them. I love my caramel skin like myself. I love those that are lighter. I just feel like we come in different shades and it's okay. God who created us did not make a mistake. If this video was helpful to you, please like, comment, share, subscribe, all those good things. Recommend my videos to others because this is a good place to be. If there's anything you feel I did not cover, write it in the comments. Let's discuss over there. And to my African brothers who lift up our African sisters, I so much respect you. I adore you. Yes, check out my music channel. I'll be loading up some more videos. I'll be bringing up videos over there, covers of songs,